Hello everyone and welcome to another video where today I'm finally back in Austria, so I can now go back to make videos with proper sound and all of the stuff as good, quote unquote, as I would like it. And we'll start right off with an absolute banger by Kaleb. Now I saw this video today. It's apparently already well, it's fairly recent, and it seems to be a kind of compilation, I think, from previous videos of his. I believe, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's I have pre-watched this video and it's extremely fun, pouting down some of the most basic flat Earth claims that there are, and they're all very easy to dismiss. And I even catch Kaleb lying 2 times, knowingly or unknowingly. Who knows? Even 3 times. Now that I think about it, let's have a look.
For a lot of people, the fact that I say that the Earth is flat, it drives them up the firmament itself. It drives them crazy.
I mean, just look at the. Oh no, I won't go there. I was tempted there for a second, but I won't. No, it doesn't. We're very far here from driving me or I think anyone crazy. It's just ridiculous. You appear to be a grown-up man and you can't figure out these things about your reality. I mean, come on.
But they don't realize we say it for a reason. We've seen videos, we have pictures to back it, and more. This is from the...
Now, the issue is that I believe I was the first one who said that, or at least to knowingly have said that. Craig, from all people, from Fight of Flat Earth, has also said it recently, that I'm very confident that those people aren't idiots because they're flat earthers. They're flat earthers because they're idiots, right? And yeah, we will see a whole bunch of that now.
The Artemis return mission.
Now, I was unsure what he's bothered with in this picture. I think it's that the Earth is, I don't want to say clipping, but like seeming to transcend that material, because other than that, the clip that he's showing is completely fine.
Live streamed by NASA 10 days ago. Watch for yourself. If you think this is real, I just don't know.
Orion in a trajectory to
Look at those eyes.
exit distant retrograde orbit and head back toward the moon ahead of RPF today.
Oh, that was not good. Oh, you guys left it up too.
I don't think he understands how focus works.
Just prior to that burn.
But he's
There's been a very nice explanation by how this works by Dave McKeegan just not even 2 weeks ago.
You may have noticed the camera's focus.
This is him talking about a video by Level of Observer where essentially the same happens, where the foreground is blurry because it's not in focus and the background is sharp.
Focus jumps to and from the window frame. When it's focused on the window frame has hard edges to it, but when the focus shifts to outside, the window frame goes out of focus, which is when the antenna becomes visible through it. Now, here is the original video which Elio has taken the footage from. I'll link it below, but at 2 minutes 33 seconds, we can see the antennas are visible through the blurred window edges. But as they start to zoom the lens out, which increases the depth of field, the window frame is now brought more into focus and the antennas become obscured, which is exactly what we would expect to see from camera optics, as I've already demonstrated. I wonder if the
I recommend this video in regards to depth of field and focus and those things. But needless to say, Kaleb has no idea about any of that. He's just pointing and saying, oh, it's wrong. That's it. Nothing more going on. Let's move on to the next one, shall we?
The Earth's flat, Einstein, seriously? Here's a quote from Einstein saying that nobody can prove that the Earth is orbiting, spinning, or chasing the sun.
Now, that's one of my favorites because that's not actually what this quote says. This quote is very specifically talking about the detection of Earth's orbit through experiments like Michelson-Morley and such, which is impossible for reasons that have become clear with relativity ever since. Now, this quote itself can be found in Einstein's book. It's here on Gutenberg, publicly available, and it's down right here. Difficult to reconcile a negative result, blah blah, which is the the quote that Kaleb gives here. I highly recommend you read the first section as well, Kaleb, because I mentioned here the fact that the theory of relativity refer to the yearly movement of the apparent positions of the fixed stars resulting from the motion of the Earth around the Sun. Well, bugger. It's in the same chapter of the same book, just a couple of paragraphs up from what you say. Apparently, where Einstein says it can't be detected. It can't be detected with Michelson-Morley type interferometers. Yeah. Nope, wrong video. Sorry.
Through terrestrial experiments. If the Earth is orbiting the Sun at 66,616 miles an hour and going 4.5 million miles a year, 500,000 miles an hour through space, I think it would be easy to prove.
It is, and Einstein actually says so himself. Which I find the results are obtained in an exceedingly simple manner. That's Einstein coming back from over 100 years ago, dissing Kaleb. Oh god.
NASA? They lie. Just think about it. Planes fly like they're flying over a flat stationary plane. Just think about it. If the Earth were spinning 1,000 miles per hour eastward,
don't go there.
If a plane were flying south to north, wouldn't they have to account for that to get to their destination? Like,
they do actually take Coriolis into account. It's done by the flight computer. Just so you know. But in regards to that picture behind here, I would have drawn it myself and shown you some calculations. Unfortunately, though, a couple of weeks back, my trusty tablet, the one on which I write all of the OneNote stuff, has unfortunately died. I have dug up my old tablet. Unfortunately, I can't find the pen for it. So yeah, I will have to find some temporary solution to this issue until I get either a new tablet, but I'm not sure if I want to have one. The issue is that were a plane to just keep on flying, both the pressure giving lift through the wings and the oxygen concentration that the turbines need to efficiently burn the fuel will decrease. So actually, a plane follows Earth's curvature on its own because it follows the pressure. Kind of it can't go below a set pressure, and that's where it goes. Also, just like that, planes nowadays they have an altimeter that's kind of locked in. So you lock in the height at which you are, the altitude, and the plane manages itself to stay there by changing thrust and the things like that, you know. So yeah, it's not even a difficult one, and it's one of the oldest ones, and you still apparently don't have an idea about it. That's because you don't want to have an idea about it.
Don't they have to account for that to get to their destination? Like, think about it. Every single flight path from the southern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere crosses the equator.
Oh yeah, that's a smoking gun right there. It would be a pity if one flight wouldn't do that, or even multiple flights that just knowingly happen, like Qantas flight 28 from Sydney to Santiago de Chile, which doesn't go over the equator at all and makes no bloody sense on your map whatsoever, right? Or on any flat Earth map. The issue is here that flights and fuel logistics are subject to profitability margin calculations and things like that by the airplanes and the companies behind it, right? So, you know.
Into the northern hemisphere, thousands of miles.
So that's a lie. I count the Einstein reference as another lie. So we are 2 lies in.
Obviously, from the first clip I showed, there is something going on with NASA, not a space agency. Just so you know, there is a plane that NASA owns that has the exact same dimension telescope as the Hubble telescope, supposedly.
And there's the third lie. It doesn't have the same proportions at all. I mean, I'll show that in just a second. Also, this is not an exclusively NASA operation. There is part of it is actually owned and maintained by Germany.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's, by the way, it's called Sophia, right? So thank you, Kaleb, for dropping the name so everyone could look it up on themselves. It's called Sophia. If I wasn't an astronomer, I wouldn't know that, but we learn about things like Sophia because they're really fucking cool. Also, Sophia was decommissioned in September of 2022 and ran from 2010 to 2022. The Hubble Space Telescope ran from the 1990s. I will show that very quickly.
the Hubble telescope isn't orbiting the Earth at 17,500 miles an hour taking pictures. Maybe it's just on a plane that they take into high altitudes. Obviously a classic. Gotta show this one when we're talking NASA.
I mean, that's kind of pointless.
Obviously a
Just because you can fake space footage, and I'm not saying you can't for movies and things like that. Sure, I guess they can do that. That doesn't mean that the actual footage from space is faked. Those are two separate things.
classic. Gotta show this one when we're talking NASA. If you're trying to understand the full truth to this realm, though, you're gonna want...
I recommend studying some natural science, preferably physics, maybe geophysics. I personally can highly recommend astronomy and physics, but yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Just having a quick look at the comparison here. I'm doing a comparison in the presentation software now because the Hubble telescope here on the left-hand side has a 2.4 diameter primary mirror. The Sophia telescope has a 2.7 diameter. So it's not the exact same as Kaleb claims. Let's have a look at that claim again.
A space agency? Just so you know, there is a plane that NASA owns that has the exact same dimension telescope.
The exact same dimension telescope. Now, I don't know, but I don't think so. It's already off. You're already off by 30 centimeters here. The focal length is quite a bit different. The focal length on Hubble is about 75 meters. The focal length on Sophia is actually variable because it has two focal lengths, one for optical wavelengths, one for the infrared. The relation on Hubble is f2.24, and at Sophia it's f2.19.6. So the focal length is not the same. Hubble can take pictures in the near infrared, the optical, and part of the UV. Sophia can only take pictures of the infrared, but a lot bigger, like part of the infrared than Hubble can, and the optical. Hubble ran from the 1990s and it will probably run for another 10 years-ish, and Sophia was stopped 2022 in September, and it started in 2010. So that's just a plain lie, Kaleb. You were caught out lying here. I fully expect a retraction, which we all know that we won't get, right? Most likely because you don't see this video, but which is fair, but also because you don't give a shit about the truth. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it at that. I thank you all very much for watching. Yeah, I will see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider leaving a like. If you enjoyed it a lot, considering subscribing. Yeah, and with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a good time until then, and goodbye!